Yes, come in. I was waiting for you. Now, I haven't had the time yet to order things up, but I am fairly confident that I put everything needed. So, stay with me, because today's episode, we will go for a big fish. Not the biggest, but something that'll invite you to a whole other genre of the world of horror. Now, I won't spoil anything. I will not say any names. And the peoples who's seeing this and knows where this is going, please do not spoil your friends and family. Let them discover on live this beautiful moment. Now, what's the best way to discover a genre? Other than experienced it yourself? Brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Get your snacks. Get yourself comfy where you are and turn the light off, if you wish, because today's episode, we will go at great length and in every details possible in the world of ROAM0120 and his mysterious creator, NSO9019. Are you ready? Let's go. On May 25th, 2025, a file titled ROAM0120 was released and circulating on the internet. Its creator, a mysterious individual named NSO9019, stated in the front page of the site where we originally downloaded the file that, and I quote,
"I shouldn't release this file. I hope I won't get into any trouble. All photographs were taken by me on 2 separate days, several years apart. My memory is rocky, so I'm not sure about the validity of all the elements shown here. This program was made entirely by me. A few images were found by Baptiste H., an old friend of mine. You can download it for free by putting 0 as the price. I might update this file in the future as I recollect some memories. This is not a completed work. I don't know when I will come back to it, but things will change."
And we're left with these words that already put us in the mood. And next to it, we have examples, images of the game, which seems like a point-and-click type game, where we can see garage at night with basketball hoop, and inside of a depot where a black square sensor, something while stating you're not allowed to see that, and a second view of the outside with a somewhat forest. Well, that's all green flags for me. Let's download the game real quick and extract it. And when we open the folder, we are met with 6 pictures and an EXE file. We will leave the pictures in the end because we don't need them yet. Let's launch and see what that mysterious game has to offer. We spawn in the middle of the forest, the same place as the banner of the game in the original site, where there is a floor lamp in the middle of it, eerie first view. Now, let's adventure and see for ourselves. Use the arrows to change the camera angle. Okay, I see. Don't go in, hide the keys in a bush. Random junks, nails, screws, bolts. Oh, and a key in the drawer. Nice. Garage key. You're not allowed to see that. I feel like it will appear everywhere and become annoying. The bush key from the note. This side looks like a garden, an abandoned garden. No one has took care of it for a little while. Let's just try to explore it. Listen closely. I've been hearing things. Well, now I am scared we aren't alone. Now they're mocking us. You're getting lost, aren't you? Yeah, because my movements resemble the one of a drunken sailor, and to advance, I must click backward because I am not facing where I want to go, but the game knows that. Funny. That's why they gave us the map on top, and where our vision is, they know you are deeply unsettled by what you dug. You decide to let it there, where you found it. And a square that censors is, we can easily guess it's a dead body, which means all the other rectangles in the field are tombs, or hiding something as sinister. Now it's getting ominous. I will get out. Eru password, do not enter if he's around. Let's keep that in our mind. A rifle without his magazine. Personally, I'd take it, but we can't. All right, let's check now the garage. Oh, a mysterious module under the car, and it doesn't have a name. Again, more random junks, old files and notebooks. It's getting noticeable. You found a lock of Carol's hair. All right, we need to make a pause for a minute. There's something important we have to clarify. Since the beginning of the video, we have had names, a lot of them, and even some peoples we don't know, and feelings that doesn't belong to us, which confirms that we are controlling NSO9019 in game. We aren't playing as us. NSO9019 has a friend named Baptiste H, and we just found the lock of hairs of a certain Carol, which our protagonist seems to recognize. Each time someone is bringed, we will note them in our heads. Now let's get back to the game. Other than pieces of recently rotted meat and cloth, there isn't much more in the garage. Well, the entrance. Here we go. Yet another ball out of place. You feel a bit weak. Your head hurts. Despite your glaring discomfort, you decide to open the door anyways. We have a boiler room and the Eru machine that the paper spoke of earlier. Let's do the code, and yes, it works. AT waves amounts 9. I've seen a poster earlier in the room that says the waves above 7 can cause symptoms like delirium, anxiety, panic, and more cognitive impairments. We better turn it to 0 and not touch the boy room temperature. All right, let's explore more in depth. The AT generator. You found a hook, a key in the hole. Oh, and what's that? A mini game? We control a zero, we're blocked, no way to get out, no clues, and I am stuck. Okay, let's leave this for later. Some codes on the wall. A circuit breaker. Through the hole in the garbage bag, you can see that the head has been crushed beyond recognition. The smell is
unbearable. My God, I am already uncomfortable like this.
Victim number 3, male, age 26, height 176 centimeters, never found. Victim number 4, male, age unknown, height 161 centimeters, never found. Victim number 5, female, age 14, height 149 centimeters, never found. Victim number 6, male, age 29, height unknown, possible remains found or dead.
Lots of disturbing and frantically writing on the walls.
So, thinking about psychosis, we can think about some of the experiences, first of all, that characterize psychosis. One of the very common experiences are experiences of paranoia. So thoughts of suspiciousness, paranoia, often unfounded that somebody or people or organizations are trying to harm you or trick you or hurt you. But think about it for a moment. Think about it. You're on holiday. You're lost. You find yourself in a dark street. You're looking for someone to help you. The only people that you can see are these people who maybe look very shady and very untrustworthy and very dangerous. It kind of makes sense in that context to be paranoid. So, thinking about psychosis.
Numerous scientific files about mysterious experiments. You don't understand any of it. Here are a few examples. That explains enough. I've never heard of these. T waves in my whole life, and they come back everywhere. Plus this weird machine I have never seen before. It looks like these waves affects the people's mind, and the doses become dangerous from 7 to higher. That's why we felt this dizziness when entering the place, and the shady recorder retranscription shows it. These peoples who are using or created these waves aren't doing good. You found a wire coat hanger. We call him the Dweller. Do not move if you meet him. They mostly left because of him. We are starting to have a lot of entities. Another piece of paper. Oh, it's the solution to the minigame of earlier. Let's explore the rest before going back. Some paint? I found the cache. We can use the hook and coat hanger
To access this locked room.
A bottle?
Looks like something or someone is gone now. The zone is secured. To access, we have to advance in the dark. That's the dweller they spoke of earlier. We use the module to access the room. They recorded a certain boy during a long period. Last entry in 2020. All meant for broadcasting.
were others, but they all died. And way more buildings like these exists? And something stopped him from getting the truth. NS09019 seems to have profound regrets due to not successfully saving anyone and get anything from the mission. The building collapsed while a whole other section wasn't explored. God knows what was hidden inside. Maybe that trapped people's there, which is why he apologizes so much at the same time. He couldn't save him and anyone else's, not even take advantage from the informations of the zone. And they end up dissolving their groups. We got more evidences and get out. L? What happened if we... Ah, yes. A gate opened upstairs. Okay, I jump first, then you come. I will catch you. There you go. Let's see what the forest hides. (47.3)S, and we got medications. We are getting our clear thoughts back, and we must change ERU with these numbers. Jolena. Here, another name. We are reaching the truth. We are confirming our theories. Peoples died because of the tragedy, and our protagonist couldn't do anything about it. Now, using the cache, we can check all the 6 secret codes. last one spell YTB in it. We will check if it's a YouTube URL and no. In the search bar, and yes, we find a video with the same title made by user 3 years ago. Let's do what it says. We came back to the past? In a time where everything stopped. No one is here but the place. Translation from French. They found a video. They're talking about the AT machine. So the peoples who makes them send it to specific peoples as test. Carol? Missing? Yep, that clears out our suspicion. If that house is the same childhood home of our protagonist, then Carol is his sister, or someone close to him in his family. That explained the girl's room and the poster. By clicking on every switch, it activates something. We escape? matches box?
Oh, hell no, I'm out of here.
Let's turn off the circuit breaker now, I guess. TF2 Sniper was there earlier. Can't believe I didn't notice.
I was never on your side either, wanker.
Kinda funny. You started a fire. Originally, the plan was to raid the basement. We were very underprepared. We had just located the building and we wanted to act quick. I think somehow they knew we had found out they knew about our plan, because when we arrived at the scene, the building had been deserted. We then realized how big the place really was. There wasn't just a single boy in a room. There were dozens of other cells, and there was a rotting corpse in every single one of them. We were absolutely devastated. When we got to the last room, the one that had been broadcasted, we came face to face with a humanoid figure. We could barely recognize him. He was rotting, but he was still alive. I didn't know what to do. He didn't look aggressive at first. I was stunned. I didn't say anything. Then Julia entered the room, alerted by my lack of responses. She saw him crawling on the floor. She freaked out and shot him dead. Every single night when I go to sleep, I remember one thing. He was screaming at us. He was screaming in pain. I swear I heard him beg for help. He was begging for help, and we shot him. They decided to leave after this massive failure, but I wish I could have stayed. When we left, I took one last look at him, bleeding to death, and I swear to God I saw him breathe. For years I've wanted to go back, until recently I decided to do so. The whole place was abandoned, but it looked so different. The boy was not in the room anymore. I decided to burn this place down, to finally put the memories to rest. But as the flames started to spread, I found a lock of hair in a pot. I hadn't checked the tunnel. I'll forever feel guilty. I'll dismantle the program one day. ROAM0120. So there's a lot of unpack here. This is the good ending of the game. Because yes, there is bad endings and alternate ones, and a lot of them give much more information. The game also base a huge importance to the mental health and sanity of our protagonist, in our actions and how we are advancing through the game. It can be more seen with the alternate ending, as it's not only what we see, but how the world of the game is built. Because this game has way more to hide than what I just showed you all. What we had right now was a normal play of someone who do everything correctly. Now, the explanation of what is happening, our protagonist NSO9019, which real name is Jeremy, that can be confirmed when we go to this place and use the cache, which reveal multiple names. Julia, the woman who shot the boy, Matt, Edward, and David, and we can easily understand that the only name that is isolated from the rest, Jeremy, is our protagonist name. Jeremy lived with a family member named Carol had received years ago, randomly on their mailbox, a mysterious device. This device destroyed Jeremy and maybe the rest of his family, to a point that Carol disappeared and went missing, kidnapped by the peoples behind the AT program. And who sent the device? AT Machine. As we found the tape recorder and hear it, we can deduce that she may be the victim number 5, who's 14 years old, which correlate with Jeremy's childhood home memory and her disappearance during this period. And the fact that out of every victims, she's the only one without a clear conclusion of her whereabouts. Maybe thinking she was the most suitable in their program, after spying on the family for so long, under the influence of the AT waves. That is why we found a missing poster named Carol inside one of the rooms of Jeremy's home. Years passed, and Jeremy started investigating what's behind the machine. The peoples sending it, and the disappearance of Carol. They were 5 during the raid, the same peoples I mentioned their names earlier, but the rest of the team never came. Upon reaching the place, the first sections were full of dead bodies and rotting corpses. Then they found the boy, disfigured, destroyed, and ramping on the floor. We saw an image of him during the ending. The boy wasn't the first, and neither the last of their victims, as his room led to yet another corridor, stretching longer for miles and miles, with rooms everywhere. The boy was for the program what seems their best guinea pig result for experience yet. And Jeremy had somehow, somewhere, found tapes and live recording of the experiments on him. And the camera that recorded the boy was placed in front of the corridor where the rest of the peoples were. After Julia shot him, they haven't had the time before the building collapsed. Maybe sabotaged by the peoples running the program before deserting the place. The boy was shot and almost dead. There were only rotting corpses, and the last section couldn't be explored as they had to escape for their lives. The mission was a complete failure, and nothing was gained from it. The team disbanded, and Jeremy came back to the place years later, took the photos during this period to make ROAM0120, and went to burn the place down to put the memories to rest. But right after doing so, he found a lock of hair of Carol in a pot, and he remembered he hadn't checked the tunnels. He'll forever feel guilty, as he could have resolved Carol's case, but it was too late, and fire already took. She maybe could been there, or at least her body or remains, even just a clue. He came back, and with the help of Baptist H, made the game ROAM0120 to bring to light the AT program and warn peoples about their malicious intent. He's scared to release these files, as we don't know what they are capable of, but it's a necessity. And that was the lore behind ROAM0120. I kinda had to rush this video. It was more of a gameplay and base guide to their world and the game. And I apologize if it feels less informative than my earlier videos, but it was important, as now we didn't just enter in the world of AT Connect, but the world of ARGs. This video will be the part 1 of the discovery and explanation of the AT Connect lore, as there is so much more to see, and even other things behind what we already saw today. Next episode, we will talk, and I will explain the concept of an ARG that we just experienced, both of us, right now. Now, I hope today's episode was appreciated. It's less better than what I did with the Uncanny Valley, but it was complicated for me to explain such a huge lore on a small video. I had only 2 weeks to do so, and my deadline is today. Yay! Now, I hope to see you next time for the next episode, What is an ARG? Bye-bye.